Hi, I'm Tina Downs, and I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about our check-in security position. This may be one, if not the most important position in our children's ministry, because you are the first one to meet and greet a family when they walk in the door. And statistically, we've been told that if they're not met within the first 3 minutes, they may not come back. And of course, we want them to come back. So the first thing that we do at the check-in security desk is meet and greet people as they approach our desk. Then we want to be sure and help them check in. I want to point out to you some really important reasons why we need to help them and not just allow them to set up their own profiles. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see the screen, but I'm going to show you what happens when we let them do it by themselves. And I send out a welcome packet. Another important statistic is they say that a family should be contacted within 48 hours of their first visit. So I send them a welcome packet with information. I want to call them or be able to email them. A lot of times, if they set up their own profile, I either end up without an address, I don't have parents' names or addresses. So this is a profile that was set up recently. And I don't know if you can actually see the screen or not, but it shows that we have a 13-year-old as the primary guest. And obviously that means that we don't have either parent's name. They did get the kids' names in there and their birth dates, but again, we don't have an address, so I cannot send them our welcome packet. I do have an email and a phone number, but we also need to make sure that we have a mobile carrier so that we can text them. So this is why it's vital that we at least assist them with setting up their profile. Make sure that we start with one or both parents. So we said, dad's primary, mom's the spouse. Then we add the kids from there. We make sure we have an address, make sure we have an email, make sure we have their phone number and their mobile carrier. So the next thing we want to do is check them in and help them set that up. And I want you to know that at the check-in desk now we have this book. It's in the drawer and it has step-by-step procedure. If you have any questions about how to set up a profile or edit a profile, it's all right here in this book. So we're going to create a family, and I'm just going to walk you through that really quickly. So we're going to just click on, we add family right here at the top. So we're going to type in their last name, an email, and a phone number, and check for duplicates, because we want to make sure that they aren't in our system. Because if they had attended a church that had this similar system, a software, they would actually come up, and then we would just add them to our system. So they're not in there, so we're going to create new family. So again, the first thing we're going to do is, it's the first thing that comes up, and that's enter their street address, their city, their state, and the postal code. You can ask them if they have any particular family message, like maybe it's a single mom and dad can't pick up the child. Maybe there's foster kids involved that can't be photographed. Just anything that might be pertinent to the family, we would put right there. Then we're going to click on Add a Family Member. And the first one is always going to be considered the primary. So we want to make sure that that one is an adult. So we're going to say it's Joe. His name's Day. It's right here, you can see that the primary contract is highlighted. We're going to say he's a male. Because he's the dad, we don't necessarily need his date of birth. We want to make sure we pick the mobile carrier and that we add that in. Then we're going to add another family member. Now, if there's a mom involved, we really want to get her name as well. So we're going to click on spouse and add her next. It's going to highlight married. If there's also single, widow, divorced, or separated. So any of that information we're going to add in. So we're going to say she's a female. And then we're going to add the kids. I need to give mom a name. So her name is going to be Joey. and she's a female, okay? Now we're gonna add John, and he's a male. We're gonna put in his date of birth, and if he has any allergies, yes or no, and any special instructions or specifics about the allergies right down here. We're gonna add all the kids, make sure we get birth dates, and then we're gonna click Save All. When we're finished with that, it will automatically assign them to the class that they're in. So right now my computer is not loading for some reason, but it will load and we'll put John in the class that he would normally be in. And then from there we just click Finish. If the one's highlighted, it's going to print one label for the child and one label for the adult. And that's how we do check-in. So again, we're back to, we have the complete instructions here in the manual. Our plan B is that all the rooms have clipboards with check-in sheets. There is originals in the back of this book if you should need them. It tells you how to add families or edit families. It tells you your check-in attendance schedule, security issues, what to do if you need to contact a parent, what to do at checkout, and then just the basic things you know about arriving and leaving and scheduling. And all that is right here in this notebook, and in the notebook is right here in the desk. Thank you for everything that you do. You guys are amazing, and the Lord bless you.